My name is Jerrmain Clark, and I am a certified surgical technologist, and I've been a traveler with Access Healthcare since November 2020. I am the proud father of two boys, Jonathan and Josiah, my firstborn. And Josiah is in college, Jonathan is in middle school. I believe all dedicated fathers face challenges, irrespective of the field that they're in. But specific to healthcare, we do find that we work a lot of long hours. In my case, I work long hours. I do 13-hour shifts. Also, as a traveler, I'm away from my family. And so that adds to the challenges of being at home, present day to day in my children's lives. There's an added layer of challenge. But what I try to do is every single morning is to touch base. Every morning. We have a group chat just for us, and I touch base with the family to make sure that everyone is okay and wish them a good day. Sometimes throughout the day, we're corresponding. At evenings before going to bed, we're communicating just to make sure that everyone is okay. Then when I am home, I try to maximize the time. I try to do as much as I can with my children. And I find that one of the things that really binds children and families together is eating together. When I get home on Fridays after working my 3 days away in New Jersey, we always have family meals. On Saturdays, we always have lunch together. And we spend those quality times together so we can make up for some of the absences throughout the week. There are different ways. Again, communicating, keeping in touch is one effective way to make sure that you are still connected with your family. Being in the medical field and also specifically in the operating room, I work mostly with the ortho-oncology team. We've experienced so many patients suffering from debilitating cancers and terminal cancers. But when the patient is young, a teenager or a child, it hits home more than, say, someone who is an adult who might have lived their lives. Though it is still impactful, especially with the family, but when it's a child, and I have young boys, it hits home more when it's one of the teenagers. One of the cases that we did a few years ago was an 18-month-old had a really bad cancer. I remember the surgeon getting us together and praying before we started the case. And that was very impactful to me, because impactful in the sense that realizing that there are certain things that are out of our control and we need to call on a higher power, irrespective of who that is, to help us in these situations. And I must say that stuck with me, and the surgery went well. The child is doing well right now, and it's been a couple of years now. So that has stuck with me because of my capacity as a father to love. And I have to share that with the patients and to be kind and patient and all the characteristics that comes with being a father. I bring that into the work environment, and I find that I work well with my team, work well with the patients. So it has been a blessing for me. All right, let me start with the least important of the two, and that is being a healthcare professional. I really enjoy helping people. I find that having the capacity to help, to assist, to meet the needs of those around you, it's a God-given job. It's a God-given ability. I just love making a difference in the lives of individuals, and especially with ortho-oncology or just dealing with cancer in general, because of the amount of people those diseases impact. The capacity to share and to empathize, I think, goes a very, very far way. That I enjoy. I really, really enjoy. I'm very passionate about the job that I perform and try to excel each milestone to make sure that I'm doing my best so that team and the patients get the best. The second thing is now the father, which I find to be more important to me than work, because your children, they're part of you. They came from you. You are also trying to build a better future. You want to make sure that they are solid citizens so that they can also go ahead and impact their communities and the future generations. So I find that as to be my primary job. I really, really enjoy being a father. I love my boys dearly. I believe that without hesitation, I can give up my life for them. Now, they do get on your nerves from time to time, but there's nothing that I wouldn't do for my kids. I really love those boys. I thank God for them and for my wife being their mother. Really, really grateful for that. So that's my number one job, being a father, and I really, really enjoy it. And this may come off a certain way, but I want to say that I believe when it comes to parents in general, mothers and fathers, that they should be honored all the time. We shouldn't wait for just the day that is highlighted by our society as Mother's Day or Father's Day. And so for us and for me, when my children ask, what do you want for Father's Day? I oftentimes tell them I don't need anything. I just want them to be good boys. I want them to get good grades in school because the consistency is what I need. I don't need to be showered with things on that day and then for the rest of the year you're disrespectful or you don't show the honor and all of those things. That's what we strive for. But if we should highlight the day, I really encourage that children honor their parents, that children show the love and the respect for their parents and do those things which will make your parents proud of you. It is a challenge when you have to work on those days for sure, but we try to make it up on other days. And I said, if we're doing it all the time, then we can do it on Monday if I have to work tomorrow. So I just don't wait for that day in particular to do the things that we need to do. Your family should be priority. And oftentimes fathers are the culprits of putting work before their children, and they've been guilty of that. So I would encourage that we put our children first. Yes, we're doing these things for them, and therefore it is important that we do these things, but they are the priority. And if you have to miss a meeting or miss something work-related to spend that time going to your kid's soccer game or your kid's baseball game, put that in, because as kids, they won't understand all the explanation you give as to why you could not make time for them. So make the time for them. Let them know that they are priority and everything else is secondary. If you have to cut your means or live more economically so that you can spend time with your children, these are things that you have to do. And also spend time in instructing your children, sharing with them how to become better men and women in society. There's a saying I really hold dear to. It goes like this: train a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they will not depart from it. And what I get from that is, if you invest in your children now, the dividends, the rewards later will be exponential. So put in the effort now, you'll get the reward later.